I have cooked my steaks. I've eaten my steaks. I have traded messages with friends and family. I have been editing videos a little bit, including this. I've been watching a little TV, World Cup, and other things. I have been listening to some podcasts. I have been reading some email. I have been working on some travel plans. And I'm celebrating July 4th and all the freedom that I am so blessed and grateful for. Very, very thankful. It would have been, maybe it would have been good to if I had had some real big fancy idea for some snazzy thing to do for July 4th. But what I decided was I got two little projects that I've worked on. I had something pop up that I could also work on. And I just decided, what a blessing it is to not have to do any big thing and not have to do anything that I didn't really want to do or anything that was going to be some huge ordeal, because that's the freedom that we get to enjoy as Americans is based on some other people's ordeals, some other people's great sacrifices, and occasionally some sacrifices we can make on our own. But for the most part, it's something maybe we struggle to recognize and appreciate and value. It's just, we get to be who we are, be who we want to be, and pretty much do what we want to do, or at least what we choose to do. And I sure am glad that I have had the privilege of experiencing that kind of life. I hope you feel blessed and grateful for that too. And if that is not your experience, I hope it will be. This was a curb alert pickup. There were a couple of issues with it. Things are a little loose. Some stuff needs to be tightened up. This collar keeps coming off, and it's kind of frustrating. The biggest thing was the bolts for holding the thing in place were gone. Here's what's kind of cool about actually like saving spare parts and stuff like that. First I thought, oh, wouldn't this be great if this old adjustable leg fit, because it's already got kind of a handle on it. But that threading, it's actually too big. It's not just the threading being off, but that's actually too big. But I found in this old bag of, like, I think it's IKEA bolts, this M6, and that fits. But it doesn't have like a knob on it, like a handle. And I saw this really cool thing on a couple of videos where even you just take a bottle cap, and this is just a spacer out of one of those bags too, like a TV mount or some kind of a spacer washer. And I've got a couple of bigger ones and a couple of little ones. I'm not sure if I'm going to use those, but anyway, saw something with a hot glue gun where you could even just use a bottle cap and put it in and put the hot glue in it, and it turns it into a knob. So here's what I'm thinking of trying. I'm going to use CA glue, not a hot glue gun yet. I may do that, but at this point I'm going to put it in with CA glue and see if that works. See if I can get it tight and solid. I really want to give this thing away. I want to get rid of it. I just couldn't stand seeing it just go in the trash. I mean, sure, okay, it's just a cheap thing, but there's nothing really wrong with it. All right, enough talk. what's the best way to do this? This is the question. Okay, now this has a little bit of a downward flange, so we're going to call that the top. See if I got those both right. Yeah, those are the tops. What I'm thinking is basically, well, I'm not sure. Let's try a couple of things. I think I want to give this to a friend at work for her kids, and I really like this idea. I hope it works. I could have used shorter ones, but that's what I had left in the grab bag. So yeah, it's these nuts that on the cross member that are really the issue, I think. All right, so we know that fits. Let's see if we can find one for the nut. And it's kind of an interesting setup. Is that? Oh, that's actually that's a screwdriver. That's a Phillips head there. Let's see what this does. A little bit. Need to over tighten it. It could probably rip out that kind of almost pressed cardboard. It's probably pressboard OSB. So, about time to stand it up. Let the field testing begin. It has not been given to my friend yet, although Carol is my friend, and it may end up being something that she likes having in the living room. Here is a little, that collar is something I thought about gluing down too, but I don't know that it will actually stay. But here are the knobs that I made, and I think, oh, look at that. Yeah, okay, the CA glue is holding up on that one. I heard it kind of crackle when I tightened or loosened it the other day just to test it. So I'm not sure that it's going to hold on both of them. Let's see. This is what I wanted to find out today, if I needed to use hot glue or if the CA was going to work. And it looks like it's working. Let's try it the other way and see what happens. I'm hearing it crack. But it shouldn't be done with weight on it anyway. But anyway, the knobs work. I did a decent job of getting other stuff tightened up, and so it's got a lot more stability than when I picked it up off the street. I think it's kind of handy, and Carol has a big work table she brings out sometime, but this might be good as a small project tool. Anyway, blessed and grateful.